Yeah, First Alert Radar Network in live mode. You can see a lot of the active weather well off towards our east, now east of the I-59 corridor. We've got a few showers remaining down towards our coastal parishes. You can see some of this rain passing just south of the Highway 90 corridor over in St. Mary as well as Terrebonne parishes. So this is all kind of south of Morgan City over towards Amelia maybe, and then off towards the areas around Gibson and Terrebonne parish. As you look towards the interstate corridor here locally, picking up on maybe some spotty sprinkles or two, but that is about it for Metro Baton Rouge up towards the north near the state line. Also high and dry, so the rain has come to an end for the most part across our viewing area. Going to remain that way through the course of the rest of the holiday period. Here's a look at the pinpoint forecast for tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to be dealing with some cooler temperatures, bottoming out in the 50s for the morning low, and then the daytime high only expected to climb into the mid to upper 60s. So we'll have some clouds around, we think, for the first half of the day, but clearing skies for the second half is actually going to allow for temperatures to fall pretty steadily. That as we head into the Thanksgiving Day outlook. So let's give you that first alert to the forecast. And if you have plans for Thanksgiving, I think you're going to be just fine weather-wise. We'll see temperatures bottoming out in the low 40s, though, for that early morning start. So keep that in mind. And maybe have the jackets handy if you're going to be traveling. But otherwise, maybe just light jackets, all you're going to need for afternoon plans. That may include eating outside for lunch or an early dinner. You can see temperatures are expected to be in the 60s for the good point of the afternoon, but low 60s at that. Then as we head towards the evening hours, temperatures falling pretty steadily through the 50s, eventually dropping down into the 40s and maybe even into the 30s by the time we get towards Black Friday early morning. But we've got to keep our eyes on the upcoming weekend after Thanksgiving, a big travel weekend for the country. And for us locally, we could have some travel issues, especially on Sunday. So this is a snapshot of the European model on Sunday. Our next storm system is going to be moving through. That's going to be dragging a cold front into the area, so you can see showers and thunderstorms kind of breaking out ahead of that front. So majority of our wet weather locally is going to be occurring on Sunday. As of right now, maybe first half of Sunday too. Now, in terms of the impacts at this time, we can't rule out some strong storms being in the mix and maybe even the possibility of some street flooding, upwards of maybe 1+ inches of rain in some spots tied to this rain event over the weekend. So the travel concerns will certainly be wet, slick streets on Sunday and maybe some flight delays trying to get out of maybe Baton Rouge or New Orleans, at least for the Sunday morning flights when it looks like the worst of the weather will be rolling through the area. So let's fast forward Futurecast into the weekend. So here is Saturday. Here's our storm system. Now on Saturday, it's going to be kind of leaving the Rocky Mountains and moving into the Central Plains. But look at all of the snow here. That's going to be on the north side of this system. So that's going to cause some travel headaches from some of our connectors, kind of Denver, Chicago area. But you can see over towards Texas on Saturday, they're going to have some rain around. So Dallas, Houston connections here on Saturday could have some issues as well. For us, maybe a few isolated showers on Saturday, but the core of the system kind of arriving here on Sunday. And you can see maybe early in the morning. So we see the Great Lakes region getting hammered by snow here through the early morning hours on Sunday. And then it's going to be moving up along the East Coast as we go into Sunday afternoon, and still some snow action here across the Rocky Mountains. So travel kind of getting in and around the country on Saturday and Sunday could have some problems. That is without a doubt. And as for us locally, a lot of our traffic is probably going to be pretty hectic with some wet slick streets around. We always know that is usually the time frame. Sunday evening can get very, very heavy traffic here locally. So 68 degrees for the temperature for the daytime high tomorrow, down to 63 for Thanksgiving, 61 for Friday. So we're moving in the downward trajectory in terms of those temperatures. And yeah, we've even got some 30s on the board as we look towards Friday morning. But temperatures may start to moderate ahead of the next storm system. So Saturday and Sunday, we climb back up to around, if not a little bit warmer than normal. And yeah, we're really highlighting that Sunday time frame for the best opportunity of seeing some showers and storms. But those rains could even linger into the first part of next week as the air once again turns a bit colder.